most likely rapid speech. I think I'm letting my nerves get the best of me. I'm here today to address two people. The first group that I would like to address are the people that are here on behalf of the people in Gaza. And the second group I'm here to address are the people that are unsure whether or not to listen to our voice or the voice of the people that are walking around me right now, too proud to put down their white and blue flags, to sit down for a minute and listen to a message that is not their own. And could hear a story like Sarah's and still walk around so proud. I'm speaking to you today as neither a scholar or a Palestinian, but a girl that has watched the news in horror for the last 13 days as Israel has bombarded Gaza. I'm really sorry. Israeli authorities initiated a catastrophic airstrike on Gaza on December 27, 2008. As of today, 700 people have been killed, as can be indicated and seen by the figures behind me right there around the flagpoles. Approximately 3,000 people have been injured, and this number is changing by the minute. According to Anna Baltzer, a Jewish activist, more Palestinians have died in the first 7 days of the offense than Israelis in the last 7 years of the conflict. The Israeli ground offensive, which started days after the airstrike, has resulted in the death and injuries of hundreds of people, 40% of those people being women and children. All of this death and destruction would have been stopped immediately anywhere else in the world. But of course, because this is Israel, that's not going to happen. Although only yesterday, the Vatican Justice and Peace Minister was quoted saying that Gaza is, I quote, increasingly resembling a big concentration camp, end quote. The United States continues blocking UN statements calling for the immediate ceasefire, and Israeli authorities keep spewing the same excuses over and over to justify their actions. Israeli authorities claim to be acting in response to Hamas breaking the truce agreed upon in Egypt the previous summer, but all you have to do is read the newspapers to see that this claim is completely false. Israeli authorities, not Hamas, violated the truce on November 5th, 2008, a month and a half before this latest offensive. This has been confirmed by several international news sources, such as Reuters, CNN, and Haaretz, an Israeli newspaper, which read, I quote, 6 months ago, Israel asked and received a ceasefire from Hamas. It unilaterally violated it when it blew up a tunnel while asking Egypt to get the Islamic group to hold its fire. Israeli authorities also claim to be only targeting Hamas, and yet the majority of the victims, the majority of those that are dead, are civilians. Only 2 days ago, a United Nations school run in Gaza was destroyed in an airstrike. UN officials have reported that while at least 30 people have died and at least 55 have been injured, not a single one of those people were militants. Not a single one. If Israeli authorities are truly targeting Hamas, then their aim wouldn't be so indiscriminate. Which brings me to the point that Israel has a very, very impressive amount of technology. Very impressive. They have night vision, they have satellite imaging, and they have heat-sensitive technology. You're telling me that with all of this technology, they can't differentiate between a school and a government building, or a civilian and a Hamas official? That doesn't make any sense. I find that hard to believe. Israeli authorities keep claiming to not want to harm civilians, and yet their actions indicate the complete opposite. Not only are they blocking crucial medical supplies and food from entering Gaza, but they have bombed the tunnels and physically rammed the relief boats that have been trying to come in with supplies. Only a few days ago, Israel denied the Red Cross, an internationally recognized, unbiased organization, from entering Gaza, leaving thousands of civilians to die due to lack of medical relief. If the Israeli government was so concerned about the well-being of Palestinian civilians, they wouldn't be trying so hard to prevent their mere survival. More troubling than any of this, traces of depleted uranium have been discovered in the bodies of wounded Palestinian victims. These weapons not only have immediate effects, but are known to scar future generations with cancer outbreaks, with severe birth defects. And honestly, these weapons haven't been used since the Gulf War, so why is Israel pulling these things out right now? At this point, the only thing I can think of is Is the Israeli government defending itself from the Palestinians by attempting to wipe out and cripple their future generations? This inhumane supposed self-defense technique completely invalidates Israel's claims that it's merely protecting itself. To try to wipe out the future of Gaza and to try to cripple their future children with plagues of cancer and birth defects is not self-defense. You can label it whatever you want, but look in a dictionary and that is not self-defense. Israeli authorities' complete disregard for human lives is neither excusable nor just. By claiming that their mission is to eliminate Hamas by any means necessary is completely unfair and disrespectful to the dead. Most of the people that have died are not of Hamas, nor should they have to die for Israel's political aims. Most of those that died were not militants. They were innocent civilians who had faces and who had names and who have families and who have histories. And to completely shove them aside and label them as Hamas, or to claim that this current offensive is successful when they are dying for that cause, is completely appalling, and I can't see how the people behind me can stand up there while this is occurring. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I don't know, it wouldn't make sense to anyone else in the entire world. The people that died and those that are still living in Gaza are real people like you and I. They do not deserve the jail in which they live, nor the death which is seemingly inevitable. No child deserves to spend New Year's Eve seeing the sky ablaze, not with fireworks, but with the bombs that are dropping around them. And no mother deserves to go to sleep wondering whether or not her family will be there in the morning. Like the mother of the 5 sisters, Tahrir, Ikram, Samad, Dina, and Jawahir, ages 17, 15, 12, 8, and 4, who were killed by an Israeli missile attack while they were sleeping in the middle of the night. Ultimately, all I'm asking of you, my fellow students, is to open your eyes and start seeing the situation in Gaza for what it really is. It's a completely avoidable, quote, full-blown humanitarian crisis, end quote, according to the Red Cross. The rest of the world is appalled at Israeli authorities' lack of compassion, while the United States and Israeli government stand unified in support of the destruction of Gaza. The people there are in desperate need of aid, of food, and medical treatment, and they are being denied these basic human rights and necessities. The United States, our very own government, is donating millions of dollars a day to the Israeli government, while people here are losing their jobs every day. We're going through a recession. Half of us can barely pay for our homes, our cars, our tuitions, and our money is going to cause this damage right now. So at this point, Israel receives our tax dollars for their military, while we are buried under student loans, increasing credit card debt, and the guilt that I have standing up here knowing that my hard-earned money is going overseas to kill people that have no involvement in this situation. With the help of the United States, Israel has become the 4th strongest military in the world. They are not victims living in the Middle East. They have a military that's stronger than most other militaries in the world. And people in Israel, sorry, not people in Israel, the military in Israel is pointing its guns that I helped pay for at the Palestinian people who have no bomb shelters, unlike Israel, no tanks, unlike Israel, no warplanes, unlike Israel, and no way out of their SEAL territory like Israel. Please take the time to rally with several campus organizations that are standing for the cause of the people of Gaza, as well as other injustices around the world. Also, please take the time to sign several circulating petitions, and I don't believe it's up today, but there's a Gaza action table that's going to be up for the rest of the week. Please take time to go there, sign petitions, read fact sheets, and honestly, if you don't believe me, first of all, I have all of my references in case you want to double check. Do research for yourself. It's being covered all over the media. Learn about the situation and free Gaza. Thank you very much.